As a small business owner, one of the most nerve-wracking things I found was sales, like picking up the phone and calling people that have even shown an interest in my work. I had a list of 45 people to call that had answered some questions around a quiz that I'd created. So I already had a lot of information around them, but I was still struggling to pick up the phone and ring them. And it's been a fear of mine forever. And I was explaining this to John one day, and he said, let's just jump on a call and fix that. And it was the first time anybody had really said, let's just fix that, in such a way that I believed him. I thought, he can fix this really deep fear that I have. And it's been with me forever. So John moved a lot of his time and scheduled me in fairly quickly because he understood how important this was. And we sat down via Zoom. I'm in Australia, John is in the UK. And we managed to have a coaching session. Now, I thought this coaching session was literally just going to be some techniques around figuring out how to, maneuver the sales conversation and move around that fear and try to shift some of those feelings that we can get when we're running sales, the fear of rejection and whatnot. But it didn't turn out like that. John took me through the most amazing coaching session that it changed my life. Like, it's beyond sales calls. We actually did get back to that. But John took me to places in this coaching session that obliterated fears that were held long ago, like that were built into my psyche from when I was a child. He was able to take me on a journey in such a trustworthy way that I was open to go with him wherever he suggested. And there was times where he said, okay, we're going to go here. And I was like, I really just want to stay here. And he goes, no, it's going to be much better when you go here. And it was the way that he said it. It was the way that he guided me through his coaching session that allowed me to trust him implicitly for me to break through some of these things that were holding me back. I cannot recommend John enough. The time and attention and care that he took with me and with my coaching session was way beyond anything I had ever thought was possible. He's changed my life when it comes to sales calls now. Whereas before I was fearful, now I'm actually excited about speaking to potential people that could be a good match for me, now that I understand what a good match looks like for me. It's completely changed my life, and I say that with all seriousness. I find myself stepping into different stages of my life now, completely changed based on the work that we did together. It was one session, it blew my mind. He then followed me up the next day with some phone calls. Absolutely incredible, highly recommended. Do not walk to work with John. Run. It's so worth it. If you have the opportunity to work with John around anything to do with coaching in your business, get there. Get on the phone and book him now.